I feel guilty for having this for breakfast. This feels like a hug in a bowl. It's nice and cozy, and the smell and the taste is all just fall and winter. Mm-mm-mm. Hi, everybody. My name is Anastasia, and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new, come on in, make yourself at home. Here we talk about everything. So it's fall, it's officially fall, which is my favorite time of the year. I love fall. My birthday is in the fall, so maybe that's why I'm a little bit partial to it. But I love the weather, the colors, the changing of the trees. Like there's so many shades of orange that you see in the trees, browns, yellows. I just love fall. It's like I just love it. And if you have not gone on a walk on a crisp fall evening, I will recommend you do so. It's just something magical in the air. The air just smells fresh and it just makes you warm, you know? So, anyway, today I share one of my fall favorite breakfasts, and it's a little bit on the rich side. So I don't do this often. I'll probably do it like on a Saturday morning just to like make me feel a little bit coziness. And so I'm sharing the recipe with you. Hopefully you try it and you enjoy it as well. And if you have any fall favorite food or clothing or drinks or whatever, leave it down in the comments below as well. Oatmeal breakfast. But I just add a little bit of, Unisequa in there to make it a little bit special. So I'm using oatmeal. This is the brand that I'm using. This is Bob's Red Mill Old Fashioned Rolled Oat. And I like my oats to be on the tender side. So I cook it a little bit longer. So depending on how you want the consistency of the oats to be, would determine how long you cook it for. So I leave mine on for about 10 minutes because I like it very soft and mushy. So you have your oatmeal and you need cinnamon. You can use cinnamon powder if you have it. I like the cinnamon sticks because it has a little bit of sweetness and that also adds to the flavor. And then I have chopped pecans. You can chop them yourself or you can buy, they're already chopped ones. These are already chopped. So that's what I'm using. And then nutmeg. I prefer the whole nutmeg so you can grate it yourself. So nutmeg is a must. It just makes it smell so warm and fall like. And then you need mashed pumpkin. I'm not mashing pumpkin, so I just buy the canned version. So this is puree pumpkin, and then evaporated milk. So this is why I only eat this every so often because my stomach doesn't do well with evaporated milk, but it just brings it this extra creaminess to the oatmeal that I can't get with any other. So, evaporated milk, eat at your own precaution. So, this is what I use. And then for sweetness, I use maple syrup. So, any kind of maple syrup. I think I got this from Costco. So, maple syrup. And that's it. Let's get cooking. So, you're going to get a pot, you put water in there. Depending on how much you're making and how wet you want your oatmeal would determine how much water um, you're going to use. So you want the water to be boiling. And then in another, like a frying pan, because we want to toast the pecan so it's nice and warm when we add it to the oatmeal. So I'm going to go in another pot here. I'm going to toast the pecan in this frying pan whilst the water is going. So now I'm going to add my cinnamon stick, goes in here. Now I'm going to add freshly grated nutmeg and then about a teaspoon of puree pumpkin, just like this. Mix it in. We have the cinnamon stick, the grated nutmeg, and pureed pumpkin in here. We'll just leave it and let it boil. And then on the other side, I have the stove on lowest setting possible, and I have the pecan roasting in here as well. So we'll just wait for this to boil, and then we just add the oatmeal, and that's it. Now our water has started to simmer almost boiling. So now we're going to put the oatmeal in. I usually just eyeball it, as with everything that I do. I just want enough water to cover the top of the oatmeal. So just like this, leave it to boil. And the pecans, guys, it smells like fall in this house right now. The smell of the roasted pecans, the pumpkin, the cinnamon, the nutmeg. I mean, it smells so good. Imagine waking up in the morning to this smell. Like, you won't have a bad day. It's just going to be a good day just from the smell. I want my oats to be very, very soft. We'll check on this later. And now I'm going to add a tiny bit of salt just to pull all the flavors together. So this is just regular iodized salt, and I'm just going to, just a little bit, just like that. We're about halfway through cooking, and you can see the oatmeal is starting to soften, and the smell is just heavenly. But I want it much softer. I was cooking it on medium to low, but now I lowered it. It's on low now, and I'm just gonna let it simmer whilst it gets tender and just soak up all the flavor from the cinnamon, the pumpkin, and the nutmeg. You see, all the water has dried up, and the oat itself is very tender. See that? You could just mush it. Mm, delicious. This is what it looks like, and then we're gonna add all the extra stuff. We have our oatmeal here, and we're gonna go in with our milk, just like so, for the creaminess. There we go. All right. And then we have our nuts that we're gonna sprinkle on top, just like so. I like the pecans, so I put a lot in there. But if you don't want a lot, in fact, you can skip the pecans in general if you're allergic to nuts or anything like that. So um, the pecans are just extra that I add onto it. It's not a must. It just, for me, enhances the flavor. So that's the pecans. And then the last thing we're going to do is go in with our maple syrup. So here, maple syrup. As much or as little as possible that you want, is really up to taste. There we go. It doesn't take long to make. The smell is just heavenly, and it's warm. It's just perfect on a, cold fall, even winter. And all the ingredients in here just screams of fall. So here we go. I'm going to mix it all together. Get all the pecans in there, the maple syrup, and the milk. Make it all nice and creamy. My mouth is watering just from the smell. All right, here we go. It's still pretty hot. Oh my God. So good. This is really a dessert. I feel guilty for having this for breakfast. Mm. I could just stand here and eat the whole thing. Mm. Really delicious. So easy. It only takes a few ingredients, and this feels like a hug in a bowl. It's nice and cozy, and the smell and the taste is all just fall and winter. So try this. You might feel a little guilty about how indulgent it is, but it's oatmeal, it's nuts. You have, maple syrup. If you can actually use brown sugar if you don't want that maple syrup, but I prefer the maple syrup, and then oats, and that's it. That's all you need, and it tastes so good. Leave a comment down below of, all your fall favorites. Leave it down in the comments. Let's, share any ideas that you might have that you've tried in the past that's been really good. Give this video a thumbs up. Please share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.